You pushed her hand with the screwdriver, causing her to push the screwdriver in her throat.
At first, it wasn't going at first,
Right.
just on my strength.
Right.
Let me tell you, I was drained. Okay.
But then the eye, the same thing?
It went in. When I get her in the eye, it went in.
Right.
This is Eric Pearson, a 54-year-old ex-con with a chilling past. He stands accused of stabbing 33-year-old Erica Verdacia to death with a screwdriver. During the interrogation, he shows little remorse, almost as if he believed sheer arrogance could help him escape justice.
But where's the screwdriver at this point now?
I have no idea. Being a trash,
No, I'm saying, how do you end up with the screwdriver in your possession at this point?
I never had a screwdriver in my hands.
How many times you punch her, you think?
Probably about a dozen times.
Yeah.
As disturbing as the details are, Eric refuses to face reality, and it's his actions during the interrogation that will ultimately seal his fate.
I have an anger issue to a degree,
Okay.
okay? But hold up, where you're going with the question is now you're making it seem like I'm a bad person.
No.
After Erica Verdacia's body was found in a canal in Sunrise, Florida on October 16, 2021, investigators started piecing together her final movements and uncovering a horrifying truth. Witnesses recall seeing her with Eric Pearson, a convicted killer recently released from prison after serving time for strangling a woman. Barely a year after walking free, he's once again suspected, and detectives take him into custody for interrogation.
Stop at that laundromat, maybe 10 minutes. She got some more dope.
What's she buying? What kind of dope?
I don't know if it's baby. All I know is they call baby or tea. I don't know what the dope is out here.
Okay.
Like I said, I explained earlier to them, when I was growing up, it was black or brown.
Yeah.
Uppers, downers, lemon.
You don't know what she's getting, but she's getting drugs of some sort.
Pink or blue is cocaine. I know she got some crack.
Okay.
She's smoking in the truck. I really don't like that. She's turning the light on. She's like, you just got to pull over. Once go home, I get someone to pick me up from your place. All right. That's what you want to do. I'll take you home right now.
Right.
I swear in my mind, boy, I said, boy, just say yes. She said, no, I'll go to your place. So I'm thinking, what the hell? I mean, I had her there one time down at the pool during daylight hours, like 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
Went down to University, Griffin, booked it. Can't remember if I made a Huey or went to the bridge. I really can't remember all that. I get to my condo. I'm damn near at the back.
What's the address there?
We get back there, back my truck up. She's like, "Is your mom sleeping?" I was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to go out there. Plus, I smoke. You don't smoke. You got throat. You make, I don't want to cause a scene. Oh, she went into this little theatrical. Yeah, man, why are you being so, man, what are you tripping on? I'm not tripping. What are you tripping on? Every time you get dope, man, it's like, dope's supposed to make you mellow, man.
Right.
When you don't have a fix, I know I was a junkie at one time, meth. I love meth. If I didn't get a fix, I was hysterical.
Right.
Off the chain, you couldn't talk to me, you couldn't hold me down, I'm gone. She says, give me a minute. She stepped out the truck, she got on the phone. No. What's the address here? I told her the address. She said, I got somebody bring me something. I said, all right. She searched around on the seat. You see my dope? What dope? I just had a rock sitting on the seat. I didn't even move. What are you talking about?
Eric sits in the interrogation room looking far too relaxed, almost as if he's at home. He talks calmly, weaving his version of events like he's telling a casual story. For a man with such a violent past, his unsettling ease sends chills down the room. Such cold composure during questioning is often seen in those who lack remorse, or worse, who know exactly how to play the system. It's a chilling reminder. The face of danger isn't always what it seems. And soon, his story takes a strange and unexpected turn.
I didn't even move. What are you talking about? It's got to be somewhere she's hitting all my dome lights. This girl loves turning the lights on. Hands going everywhere, pulling, we got the back doors open. She's in the front, she's pulling the sun visor down, looking in the mirror. I mean, what are you going through? I'm really trying to figure it out. I said, I'm going upstairs, man. I got to get something to drink. My Mountain Dew. I said, I'm going up to get something to drink. You want something? No, I'm straight. While I was up there getting my Mountain Dew, as I was coming out before you get to the stairs, I seen a white car down there. She's standing at the door. Then she opens up the passenger door, gets in, and sits down. So I stayed up there. I don't want to be spooked. You're a drug dealer. I don't want to be there in a sense. She gets her dope. She's in the truck, so I take my time walking down the stairs. I'm down at the bottom. I walk to the end of the walkway where the 4 spaces is a blue car, my mom's car, and the people that live under us are a Toyota and a Ford Explorer, I think. I stand there, I say, hey, man, you straight? She said, yeah, you can come on over, I'm good. I said, I don't want to be around when you do that. Walk over there, and we're sitting back. She's like, can you play the radio? I said, I don't want to kill my battery. And then she said, I said, all right, what? I put the radio on. I mean, it's
one thing after another.
So I was like, you sure you don't want me to take you home? Oh, no, you got pulled over. I can't afford to get pulled over, this, that, whatever, man. She said, I get somebody, I said, all right. So I was sitting there bullshitting, we, just idle talk, and then I listened to her. So I was smoking a cigarette, drinking my Mountain Dew. She's like, what's up? You want some? I was like, whatever. I told you I have a libido problem. She said, oh, man, you're a man. Get put in front of you can't get a hard on? I said, are you serious? You never... She says, all right. So she went and started undressing. She said, we're going to do it right here? We can't go. I said, man, I'm not going up there with my mom. Right. She got undressed. I got undressed. I tried to pull it to the edge because I knew where I was standing. I could better that way. Mm-hmm. Getting in there, how am I going on? It started out good, and then she's like, something digging in my back, whatever. I said, move it, maybe it was the buckle. But like I said, I forgot I had a screwdriver back there. I think I had a screwdriver at the deodorant and something else. And she scooted over. Now I can't do nothing. Then she said, you got a rubber on? I said, no, I ain't got a rubber. She reaching in her purse, pulled the rubber out, put the rubber on. So my shit was like semi-hard. I took a couple minutes to get it on there. I go down and eat her. Rubber's on. She's like, eat, man. It's like, really? This unstrange behavior. So I get in her. I'm trying to, and next thing I know, she's like, did your rubber come off? I feel like your rubber came off. I said, what are you talking about? I'm still humping. And the bitch punched me.
Eric's attempts to paint Erica in a negative light are a tragic irony given his own violent history. It says more about his twisted imagination than her personality. Sure, she might have been into him, but what he explains doesn't feel like something that came from memory, rather as something fabricated for the interrogation, making him out to be a person protecting himself. This, after all, is the same man who slit a woman's throat in 1985, strangled a teenager to death in 1993, and now stands accused of stabbing Erica to death in 2021. And still, the absurdities from Eric are far from over.
I'm like, what the f-? She's like, man, what the fuck are you trying to do to me? I'm not trying to get pregnant. Some shit might have a venereal disease. I said, are you serious? And she's like, stop, get off. And she kicked me. Kicked me in the thigh. She kicked me with her leg again, caught me in the nose. I was like, what the fuck wrong? She went to like bush mugging my face. I was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm trying to push her arm back down. And she's like, get off me. And I was like, man, quit, slow down. And, she went to swing again. I ended up dotting the side of her head like maybe 5-6 times.
Punching her side of her head.
Man, I should have just got off of her, really.
Now, are you standing outside the truck?
We're not standing outside the truck.
When you're fucking her...
No, I was up on the seat.
You were up on the seat, so
I had to fold her legs up some.
I got you. Okay, so you're both fully in the truck,
right?
When you're
she had her legs like up on my chest. Okay, because there was no way of any other way of doing it. Right. When she kicked off the first time, it gave her enough separation when it came out. Okay. I don't know if the rubber's in her. I don't know if it's still in her. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. She did a mule kick. You want to say caught me in the leg? Like then I was like, what the. And she kicked again, caught not just enough stick, but her foot grazed. It's enough. I'm like, man, stop. What are you doing, man?
You feel like she's trying to hurt you at this point?
Well, in a sense, because your kicks are not gentle.
Sure.
They're, you are at a point of whatever your vagina, your safety, what do you want to call it? Safety net, whatever. You feel like you don't want me in you if there's no rubber on.
Right.
I got to do what I got to do. So, like I say, I'm hitting her. I'm trying to calm her down, but it exploded. Next thing you know, she's trying to gouge my eyes. She's trying to pull my head down. In the process, she's using her legs. I can feel them to push herself. Well, now I'm like halfway on top of her, so when she falls out the truck, I fall out the truck. When she goes straight down, I fall over on my back.
Now, is this out of the passenger door or out of the driver's
This is out
door?
the passenger side.
Okay.
The truck's backed in. I'm facing right in there from the driver's side to the passenger side.
How did the door get open?
We opened the doors. I told you from the get-go. We had the doors
okay.
open.
The doors were
We
open.
had the doors open.
Right.
I had the lights off.
Okay.
Because my lights don't come on.
All right.
I hit the ground. I was like a little dazed in a sense, and she was like, you know, the f wrong with you, this and that. And she went to like pounding on me, trying to kick, trying to grab my face again. I was like, you know, stop, man. She said, stop for what? F you, this, that. And miraculously, she got a screwdriver in her hand. What the f? Now the situation to me escalates. You're waving something around that if it hits me, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to be hurt. Now I'm really going to be like irate. I mean, I don't know what man is not going to be in that type.
Sure.
Well, you're waving. We're already sweating from the little bit of we did. It's humid. There's no air conditioner in my truck. I mean, you can turn it on, but there's a clog in the filter. It doesn't get cold. I'm struggling trying to keep a screwdriver from hitting me, and she's like very hysterical. I have nothing else to do. I said, man, please stop.
How are you positioned? Are you standing up or are you on the ground at this
I'm
point?
halfway on her. We're still laying on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. I know I got abrasions. I had them on my feet and all that. I asked her, please stop. Fuck you, this, that, I'll kill you or something. She's made some remark. I can't remember all that, but I'm trying to focus on this arm that's waving everywhere. Well, I get the arm. Like I said, I ain't had no recourse. I got her next to her. You know, I got her hand down, and I see the points by her throat. So I'm trying to push in. She's fighting back. Well, it goes in. I'm pushing down. My hand slips off. Her hand comes through. She hits me in the side of the head, you know, with the butt end of the screwdriver, the back of the head. I said, look, man, you're not going to, you know, stop.
For Eric, the interrogation room isn't a place for truth. It's open mic night for delusional storytelling. His attempt to cast Erica as some violent, unhinged menace would be laughable if it weren't dripping with irony. After all, it's from a man who could be called a lady killer, though in a more grave and literal sense. The detective, meanwhile, sits through his performance like a seasoned critic, waiting for the moment when Eric's carefully built act begins to crumble.
She had the screwdriver herself when you pushed her. You pushed her hand with the screwdriver, causing her to push the screwdriver in her throat.
At first, it wasn't going at first,
Right.
just on my strength alone.
Right.
Let me tell you, I was drained. Okay.
But then the eye, the same thing?
It went in. When I get her in the eye, it went in.
Right.
Okay.
How deep?
I couldn't even say. I know it went in. I know it went past the eyeball.
Okay.
I could feel a little bit of what you want to call it. How would you want to say? You ever use like a utility knife and try to cut something plastic to it?
Sure.
If it's a dull blade, you can feel it. That's it. It felt
It's like
you feel
you're
the
not getting it through.
resistance. Right.
Right.
Well, I had to. Now she's screaming in a sense, and you know, with one other arm because she won't let go of that screwdriver.
Right.
I get it in. I'm thinking this is it. She's gonna stop. No, she don't stop. She's still hysterical. Now it's to the point I can hear her. I'm gonna kill you. How you gonna kill me? You laying down. Well, she caught me in the nuts. All this kicking, moving, while, you know, I wouldn't even say the nuts, the groin area.
Right.
Like I said, I had a big ass bruise on my leg. You're right. It's, you know, if you would have did a naked cursory change after you come see me a week later, yeah, you'd see I still have a little bit of a blemish. You see the black and blue still.
Sure.
Well, you know, that's beside the point. Okay. To a degree, I trip her up because I can't get up, but I got long, you know.
So you both are still on the ground at this point.
We're on the ground. She ended up grazing my balls.
Right.
Not but my ball in the groin area. She's getting up. She bounces off of this truck. When she bounces off, I'm looking up at her. All I can do is grab one leg, or what I can, but it was enough to trip her up. She fell partially on me. Screwdriver, I'm still thinking about. What's up, man? I'm in a bad position. I don't know, but I know there's been pounding on me, and I said, boy, that screwdriver go do. Oh boy, if I survive, I'm gonna catch a murder charge. I already know this.
Right.
You know, we're struggling on the ground. I'm like, man, I'm fed up with this shit, man. I had enough of you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I went into the throat. You know what?
Where's the screwdriver at this point now?
I have no idea. Being a trash or being
no. I'm saying how do you end up with the screwdriver in your possession at this point?
I never had a screwdriver in my hands.
Okay.
She wouldn't let go. Everything I tried, pressure point, she would not let go of the screwdriver.
So you're using her own hand to stab herself.
Her own hand pushing. When I went into her eye, the other eye, this, you know, for the fourth stab,
right,
whatever you want to call it, because, you know, I hit her in the throat, eye, throat, and then the eye, and I'm trying to get it. Whatever membrane was there was nothing. I was feeling drained. I said, man, she was still, I wouldn't say she knew what she was doing, but she was doing enough movement, kicking, and it was like a machine going without anyone driving.
Eric really expects a masterclass in gullibility from the detective. Even ignoring the overwhelming evidence against him, his account fails to hold up under basic scrutiny. His claim that a man alone in his truck was overpowered by a single mother armed only with a screwdriver, and that she somehow caused her own death in the struggle, defies common sense and physical reality. And still, somehow, the most unbelievable part is yet to come.
It was like a machine going without anyone driving. When I hit the second one, it was like she made a sound in coming out of her mouth like a sigh, in a sense you could say, and her movement slowed down.
Okay.
By that time, I get the screwdriver out, I drop it on the ground, I look down at it, I'm looking around, and it, like I told you down there, it dawned on me, if someone drives down here, it's going to look funny with two naked people.
Right.
Especially with a girl laying on the ground.
Right.
So, what strength I had, I could pick her up. I put her in the back, on the floor. You know.
And she's breathing. She's breathing or not breathing at this point.
I heard breathing.
Right.
In a sense, I seen her chest moving.
Right.
I put her up. I pull her up more.
How badly is she bleeding?
I know she was in the back on the floor for a good 20 minutes, and there was hardly any blood. I mean, there was enough blood, but it wasn't a big pool. It wasn't like.
It's on the back floorboard in the back seat of your truck.
Yeah, it's on the passenger side,
right,
on that black thing.
Yeah.
Probably some on the door. I seen splatters. On the side of that wall, there was some, and then right behind my seat where her head was, there was a patch.
Okay.
Now blood splatters when I drop her head, you know.
Right.
All that crawling around on the ground, you know. I know you got scratches on you, whatever.
Right.
You know. I know when I drop her head, blood's still gonna splatter. Ain't no rocket science. I mean, everybody can figure that out.
Sure.
They've seen enough movies, read enough books.
Right.
She was back there. Her legs moved a couple times. One was up in an up position. She had her arm up on the seat. I said, man, you are one stupid, you know, bitch in my book. I seen the chest rise. I cleaned up what I could outside. I threw everything on the floorboard. I pulled my shorts. I pulled them up. I looked around and took a couple rags, wiped myself down, get the sweat off, whatever.
How much blood do you have on you?
I had quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, my lip was bleeding. I had a little bit coming out my nose. I had more really like black and blue marks from where she hit me.
How much of her blood did you have on you?
Probably from her nose, mainly, you know.
So did she start bleeding when you were punching on her?
I'd say probably about third or fourth time. I think it was some blood came off of her, off her nose. I mean,
yeah.
You know, the girl has a nice small face. I mean, it wasn't small enough, but I got a big hand. I know when I hit, you know, you're going to catch the cheekbone and the nose at the same time.
How many times you punch her, you think?
Probably about a dozen times.
Yeah.
I can't give it exact, but I know I was trying to calm her down, and punching her wasn't working.
How big was the screwdriver?
It was probably maybe a 6-inch length.
Phillips head or flathead?
I believe it was a flathead.
Flathead? What color was the handle?
Well, since I'm missing like 3 of them, I'm missing a black one that's a Phillips. I'm missing a screwdriver that's yellow and black, and I'm missing one that's like a see-through with blue.
Okay.
Eric's claims of punching Erica in self-defense are not only baffling, but also logically implausible. Delivering a dozen punches to someone's face clearly exceeds what is considered reasonable force under self-defense laws. Of course, in Eric's version, this was all necessary. One has to commend the detective's restraint for not bursting into laughter right then and there. The real question now is how long Eric can keep pretending before the whole act falls apart.
So you pick her up. Describe what she's wearing clothing-wise to me. You said naked, but she's not. What are you wearing and what is she wearing?
She had like some shorts on with like a frilly top.
You remember her color or no?
Not offhand.
Okay.
Bra, I think her panties were blue and her bra was black. She had a sports bra, so.
Okay. Having sex, what clothes did she keep on?
She didn't have no clothes on.
She had nothing on?
Nothing on.
You had her shirt off too?
Everything. We were both naked.
Okay. All right.
Naked. There was no clothes on neither one of us.
All right. Did you put anything back on?
Oh, my bad. No, she had pants on. Hold on. When we started out, you're right. She had pants on one leg when we started out. During the melee or whatever you want to call it, they came off.
Okay.
You know. But I remember she said, I'm not going to take them all the way off in case somebody comes. I can pull them back on.
Okay.
Whatever.
Did you guys have tops on or no?
No.
Okay. All right. And tell me what's happening with her when you pick her up and put her in the truck. What's happening with her? I mean, she's obviously badly injured. She's been stabbed.
Like I said, I see the chest moving.
Yeah.
There's no words coming out of her. I don't hear no noises in a sense. When I drop her head down, first I had to get her up in there. I was having problems because all the sweat.
Sure.
My hands, her body. I tried to pick her up by her hair. That wasn't working. I had to sit her up against the truck and wrap my arms around like a bear hug from the front and lift her up. It was strenuous because, when a body's limp, it's going to contort to where, how do you want to say? You lift weights. I mean,
Yeah.
You ever lift pig weight?
Yeah.
Pig Latin or whatever you want to call it. It's heavy weight. It's not the same as a 45-pound plate on a
Right.
45-pound bar.
Right. And she's not helping you. She's not helping you.
Right.
She's injured.
Her body's
she's badly
not
injured.
right. She's not tense. She's
Right.
very dormant. Trying to pick her up. I tried to. She slipped through one time. Like, fuck, man. So I had to grab her hands, and when I went underneath, I had to move her hands back and pick her up that way to where her shoulders would stay square to a degree to get her ass up there. When I got her ass up there, I laid her down. The head dropped. I went around to the other side, and I pulled the rest way in. She took up basically the whole floorboard.
What'd you do then?
Like I said, I cleaned up the area on the ground. I threw what clothes fell out of the truck with us. The screwdriver I put on the floorboard. I closed the doors. I pulled out. When I started up, I pulled out. I sat on the side. I was trying to get my thoughts together in a sense. I was by the staircase. I was like, Sherry called. Can you take me to work? I said, sure, I'll be there shortly. Just when I get there staying, I'll come.
But what time do you think that's about?
Four thirty somewhere.
Okay.
She said she had to be at work at 5:30.
All right.
I said I'll be there by 5.
All right.
Okay.
And you tell her in that phone call not to come outside, or you do a follow-up call with that?
No, when I get there, she's about to open the door because I backed my truck up all the way over there, concrete slab, all the way to the back.
Okay.
As I was shutting the door to get out, I heard the door open. I was like, stay in there, don't come out. I got something I got to handle. Stay where you're at.
Okay.
What's going on? Just stay in the trailer, please. Just do me that favor, please.
Okay.
Okay? It's dark. I have no lights. I open up. I go around the truck, open up the passenger side. I was thinking. I look around. I'm like, got no shovel. Can't do nothing.
Eric's confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It's carved from years of cycling in and out of prison, as if the system were his second home. By the time he strangled Erica, he had already spent decades behind bars, practically etched into the prison's memory. And given his long, violent record and his age, it's clear this time he's not just going back, he's staying.
I look around. I'm like, got no shovel. Can't do nothing. So I went back around to the driver's side. I lifted the seat. I had a little bag back there. I I took out one tarp. The other one was under the seat. I lifted up the seat, seen a machete. Not registered in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking more of trying to find something to cover her up. Part of that other was a sheet, bedspread, whatever you want to call it. You use it for work, put down, painting, chiseling. I wrapped the blue thing around her. I wrapped the green thing. I wrapped what tape I can, cover up the body, like I said. At that point, it was more of like I said, it was, I know it's a crazy thing, but it was more of a respect thing. I'm going to put her somewhere. I don't want rodents to get to her. I don't want, making a stink, anything like that. At this time, I'm thinking, too, at the same time, I just got pulled over. This girl come up missing. I want to tie it into the stop. Last time anybody seen it would be the cops and me. So where's that going to drag? I already know this is coming to my mind now. So now I already, not in a desperate mode, but I'm in a mode that I have to get her out of the truck. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if I take charity work, I can't drag this girl all around town. Not just on that. Mindful enough, I know Davey wouldn't have pulled me over. I mean, I could be wrong, but like I told him, I feel comfortable on Davey.
You got a Davey truck, man.
But I feel comfortable. It doesn't.
Sunrise, they're gonna pull that truck over.
I drove around for
Davey, they're not.
3 days with only one brake light working. Somebody told me at a stoplight, "Hey, you only got one brake light on." Man, I'm on probation, all that. I'm nervous. I don't need no problem. But in Davey, I felt safe.
Sure.
I fixed it.
Where you wrap her up at?
Right there, when you open the passenger door.
Yeah.
The back door.
Yeah.
I laid it out on the ground.
Okay.
And I pulled her by her feet, got her, and I pulled the thing out when her head was about to the edge. I had to maneuver her body around the frame, where the door closes, so it doesn't bang up on everything. Just like you said, I got to worry about blood too, in a sense.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to do a superficial. I mean, I'm not going to do a superb job.
Right.
But it's still the point. Respect it. I don't care if she was dead or not. I didn't hear nothing. I felt like she was dead. I laid her down.
Did you check at all?
No, I did not check.
Okay.
I did.
You just felt she was dead.
To me, I didn't hear no breathing. She wasn't moving. Everything was limp.
Okay.
Everything was limp. When I was trying to hold her up, her head kept rolling back. If you were breathing to a degree, I felt like your head still would have been straight up.
Right.
To me, that's what I felt. I'm not an expert. I can't. Me at that time, you probably can imagine, but possibly couldn't imagine what I'm going through at the time. All I'm trying to do is wrap a body and put it somewhere for safety.
Let's give Eric the benefit of the doubt for a moment and pretend his self-defense story holds up. But then why go through the trouble of dumping the body? Erica wasn't just left behind. Her body was weighted down with a rock and abandoned in a canal. That's not the act of a man protecting himself. That's the act of someone making sure the truth never sees daylight. The detective, of course, is letting him have his moment, quietly enjoying the performance before the curtain falls and the cuffs click.
And put it somewhere for safety.
For safety for you.
Safety for me and safety for her. Like I said, I don't need rodents or anything like that getting on.
Because you're trying to pay respect to her by putting her in a spot that she's
not going to get
eaten by rodents.
It's minuscule to what the matter went, but I'm
Right.
trying to be respectful.
Right.
Like I said, if somebody killed me, I know they're going to just leave me wherever I got killed at.
Right.
You're not going to have respect, okay? We all grow up in a different era.
Yeah.
What I did was wrong doesn't mean that I can't think in a righteous way, in a sense. Just like you talked to me down there, you got me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, regardless what you offer me or what you could, promise, no promise, the way you talked to me, you brought, you nothing against you. It's just what he was saying, in a sense, it kind of made sense. I got to do what is right. Just like you said over there. I mean, if I probably sat here another hour, I probably would have broke down to you. I can't say. You see what I'm saying? But the whole time, not to defract from the story, you're sitting outside. I know in a sense you're stalling. You know what I'm saying? To see what he could do.
Nah, he's got tied up with a bunch. He was looking for keys.
But even just like you said, regardless what the outcome is, y'all are trying to clear the case up. I understand. I want to clear it up. You're right. It relieves some pressure from me.
Right.
Okay. I can move on. No, regardless where I'm going, I can move on. A little paperwork due, or you know what I'm saying.
So let me cover just a few things with you real quick and clarify some questions, and I'm sure Alex may have a question or two. But just to clarify a few things with you. First things first, I told you downstairs Dad was going to take you home, and we're going to take you home and let you see Mom. Okay? While we're in the process, we're going to make some phone calls with regards to what you have conveyed to us, what you've told us, your side of the story, which I greatly appreciate, because as I told you down there, we already know, and we got some testing that's going to come back tomorrow. But the point is, we're going to talk to the state attorney's office with regards to everything you said, and then we'll see what they say legally, what they want to do.
Can I ask one question, though?
Certainly.
Was she dead before she went in the water?
This is the crucial moment when Eric inadvertently reveals his guilt. The moment he asks when exactly Erica died, the detective doesn't even need to push further. The harm is sealed and nothing will undo it. Law enforcement already has more than enough evidence against him, but this little slip is the final nail in his coffin.
I
can't answer that specifically right at this second, and I'm hoping in the next couple of days.
What I say is because I hope I never drown in life.
Right.
Even though
right.
Even if she could feel it or not, you're right. I never checked to see if she could have been shallow breathing. I don't know.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, and it's important to clarify because we talked about various things about your past a little bit.
Okay.
And you had made a statement with regards to, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have a monster that could come out.
Yes.
Do you feel that monster came out during that fight with her?
Yes.
Okay. Because you did say to me that you reached the point where now I'm going to kill you. Now I'm going to kill you.
Like my life was
right. You're trying to hurt me. You're trying to
hit. The point is, right, she was trying to hurt me.
Right.
When I seen the screwdriver, it's a shock.
Right.
Where do you get a screwdriver? Later on, thinking about it, I know there was one on the seat, must have fell out with us.
Right.
Whatever she did, or she was moving at the time when she pulled her and I started hitting her. Whatever the case, I don't know. I can't put something, what's it called, conjecture? I can't put something in a scenario that I don't know.
Right.
But I know you're waving something around that's detrimental to my health now. The way you're acting, I don't know where you're going with this.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
Your kicking on me is detrimental. That's not playful kicking.
It is, but where I'm going,
okay,
and just talking about everything that transpired is that I do think something snapped in you because you said at one point she's actually trying to get away, and you now grab her leg.
Right.
And the fight is still on at this point because you're engaged in it, and
right.
and you that snapping of you want it to continue. I'm going to get you. Fair to say?
It's a fight.
Right.
It happens.
Right.
It's not. I don't care if you're fighting another man. When you're engaged, you feel like damage been done to you. You don't want a person to get away.
Right.
I understand where you're going with the conversation, but whether you're trying to enhance it or not, what I'm saying is you're in a battle.
Right, and make no mistake about it. I'm not trying to enhance the situation for you at all. I'm trying to understand.
Right,
I'm trying for us to understand, and I'm trying forever.
You're right. I should have let her go. But in the same token, she's got a screwdriver in her hand. How do I know she doesn't kick me, fall on me?
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. Okay. You made a comment about being in prison and about not getting help that you thought you needed.
Don't get it in there.
Right.
You go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist in there, they want to put you on some dope medication. If you take it, you can't function. And then at the same time, how do you protect yourself?
What caused you, and again, Eric, first and foremost, I appreciate your honesty, as I've said.
I have an anger issue to a degree, okay? If you keep things cordial, it's like last night. Me and my mom had a little argument later on. The scene that they made last night at the stairs, I'm trying to talk to the officer. He was the Sunrise Police. I already know that because I said, you're from Sunrise. And the guy says, yeah, you're right. And then the other cop said, I'm a Davie cop. And he's drawing his gun. Let her go or I shoot. Okay, I get up to the top of the stairs. I leave her where she's at. I didn't want her to fall. They said, let her go. I'm not trying to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Then the case would never been solved. I mean, it probably would have been solved because I'm not going to survive a gunshot. I already know that. But I make it to the top of the stairs. My mother's coming out. She hears all the commotion. This cop runs past her. You was looking out for her safety. She's leaning on a wall, can barely even stand. You worried about her safety? What? Me killing her? What? there was no possibility of that.
Right.
If that was the case, she never went home, and I would never have took her home in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying? But she's my girlfriend. She's been with me for a year. You're letting her drop, okay, whatever. I seen the other cop grab her arm, whatever. She's still falling, but she's making. This guy's yelling at me. You're yelling if you want to be respectful, and I told him that. You know, you want to be respectful. How you being respectful yelling at me? Just give me 5 minutes with her. I'll bring her. But you're yelling at me. Well, you're what? Just because you got a badge, you got the right to be yelling at me?
Right.
And then another Davy cop came upstairs and said, go in your house. I said, oh, what is this? I thought it was a free country.
Right.
There's nothing free at this moment. Okay, I'm not going in my house. I'm standing right here at the screen door. Physically put your hands on. Simple. I mean, really, I was at that point now. It is what it is. Shoot me, kill me, whatever. I'm going to beat the shit out of one of y'all.
Now, Eric protests his arrest, showing frustration with law enforcement for charging him with murder, as if no one ever explained the difference between right and wrong. No wonder he walks around thinking killing someone is just another Tuesday. Unfortunately for him, the law doesn't share that sentiment, and it's time to face the hard-hitting questions from the detective.
Because the way you treat me is like I'm a piece of shit. Okay, so what? I'm a suspect in a murder. It's minuscule, I know.
But I understand it. But it's getting your anger going.
It's all my turmoil.
It's getting your anger going. So let me get back to
back.
Now. After she's stabbed, she's in the back of the truck. You put her in the water.
No, she's not in the back of the truck. She's in the back of the cab.
Oh, okay. Back of the cab. That's what I meant.
I wrapped her up. I drug her down.
When you wrap her up, let me ask you this: did you ever think of maybe I should try to get her some help? Or were you just none of that crossed my mind? Because you're pissed off.
No, I'm not pissed off at this point. I'm more in sorrow. I'm not pissed off. I'm more calmer, but I'm not thinking.
How about the ride to Sherry's? Did you ever think maybe I should try to get her help?
I didn't have no thinking at all in that aspect.
You still in a rage at that point?
No, I'm not in a rage. I'm more calm, but I'm not thinking.
I think it's straight.
I'm not a rational thinking type person. You see, you got training that would kick in, even if you wasn't a police officer. You have more.
I don't, because I'm just.
But hold up. Where you're going with the question is now you're making it seem like I'm a bad person.
No.
Yes, the way you just asked that question. No. Yes.
No, Eric.
I'm saying
Eric.
Did I have any idea of trying to say
Eric?
I don't have a rational mind at that point. I just went through a battle with a woman.
I understand that, so just hear me out. I understand that. All I'm trying to say to you, no, listen to me. Don't get upset. I'm trying to understand your mindset based on what you have described.
I don't have a mindset. Okay. Check this out. I feel like she's dead in my eyes.
I got you.
That's all I know. Help is not thinking. If I get help, I have some explain. I'm not even thinking in that. When I'm driving to Sherry's, I'm thinking, what do I do with her?
Right.
If I get pulled over, I have a lot of explaining to do. I'm already in a rational mind that I have to get from point A to point B.
Right.
Put her somewhere comfortably and safe. In my mind, help was out the question a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay? If I was going to try to get her some help, just like you said, I would never grab her leg.
Right.
I was hoping that she might have ran around a truck, something, whatever.
Right.
But in the heat of the battle, this is what takes place. Rational thinking, I don't have that training in that sense. Don't forget, I just did 26 and a half years in prison. Me and a guy get in a fight, I'm walking away, I'm leaving there. I don't give a f***. He's gurgling, he's moving or not moving. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
I still have this fight instinct in you that you don't think of rational thinking until you completely calm down.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it can make me look like bad on the tape to the DA. What I'm saying is, I've been out 13 months.
Yeah.
I'm striving. I haven't had no problems as far as violence since I've been out. I had a few road rage cases. I had a guy get out of his vehicle with a knife, and I jumped out my truck and said, "What's up? What's that mean?" And when the man seen my size, he jumped back in his truck, rolled his windows up.
Sure.
You got a knife. God damn, you got to be a my book. You got a knife? I mean, I don't have a weapon.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, your mindset, his mindset, I don't have a mindset of thinking of anything.
And that's what I was just trying to understand.
Even if I was hurt, I wouldn't even stop.
Right.
Eric may not see himself as a bad person, but the facts tell a different story. He's a man convicted of killing 2 women and accused of attempting to murder another. But let's not be unfair, of course. According to Eric, his actions were nothing more than a series of unfortunate events. Meanwhile, the detective listens with a straight face, showing almost admirable patience as this self-proclaimed saint casually brushes past his latest crime.
Getting back to that night, you weren't on drugs at all?
No drugs.
Drinking at all?
I had a few.
Okay.
I think I had like 2 beers.
Okay. So you were, in your mind, you were sober?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. When you got, let me ask you this question. When you got to that night, did you have intentions of wanting to kill her that night?
No, definitely not.
All right. And even when...
I had maybe intentions of lovemaking or, snuggling up. I didn't even have the intentions of even fucking her in a sense. She happened to bring that up.
Right. All right. What do you got?
I tried to bet. Like I said, there was intuition that kicked in. You feel the hairs on your neck. Something's not right. You're right. I'm on probation. I'm dealing with a junkie. You could look it up. What was her last name? And, a girl just died in Davie like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
She was my girlfriend for a while. Even though I was with Sherry. Sherry didn't know. Sherry worked nights. I was going out with this girl.
Right.
She was 36 years old. Pretty girl. She wanted to detox now.
Yeah.
Like 3 days after detoxing, she had a stroke, died. Her best friend, which I know, Chandra, she tried to keep her alive till the ambulance got there. Didn't happen. Chandra called me the next day and said Danielle died. Another junkie. I know another girl, Stacy. She just had an episode like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Her husband, he's in prison. He's like, his father was my godfather. They're all junkies in town. Why I'm attracted or they're attracted to me, I don't know, but I know how to feel if I have a license. They don't. A lot of times they want to go shopping, laundry, or get their dope.
Right.
And I don't like going to get dope.
Right.
Why do you have to dope? I'm not on dope. But I was at that point one time, I know. But like I said, I never experienced what I went through that night.
Yep.
Whether it's an avenue or whatever, I never experienced, and I hope I never do. I've been in a joint a long time. I fought people. I know they were high. They never had what this girl had.
What all her stuff? What did she have that night that you got rid of?
Her pants, her shirt, panties, bra. She had a purse. Everything I could. Threw most of her stuff in her purse. Threw it in the trash can up front.
Up front where?
My condo.
In your condo, okay.
Right. That went to the dump. There's nothing in that trash can.
Right.
I mean, I know y'all want evidence.
No, I'm just curious where the stuff went.
That was like...
What about the screwdriver?
The rags and shit I had. I dropped Sherry off at work. I drove behind. They got a garbage can. I threw everything in there.
Okay. Where does Sherry work at?
KFC.
Okay, so you threw it behind the KFC? You threw
they have 2 dumpsters back in there.
Where's the KFC at?
Davie Road, 4200.
And this was that morning when you drove her to work? You got rid of this stuff, okay.
What about the clothes you were wearing? You remember?
I got rid of my shit.
In the same place?
Yeah.
The KFC?
No, I threw, clothes and all that. Her purse stuff went in the dumpster. Everything else, her clothes went there. My clothes, when I was like in a truck, I can't let her see me with all
Sure. Yeah.
Took rags, like I said, I cleaned off what I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She got in the truck. She was trying to look at me. I left out. I take her to work. On the way there, she's like, "What? You look like tired, very tired." I said, "I am. It's been a long night."
To Eric, it was a simple romance. He, the charming protagonist, and Erica, his infatuated lover whose death was a tragic accident. He tried to frame it as a harmless romance, but the story was losing its grip. This was the narrative he clung to, but the violence and loss of the actual events were starting to unravel his fiction. The games are wearing thin, and Eric is reaching the end of his tunnel that will land him behind the slammer.
Yeah. So what's going on? I said, "There's nothing going on, babe.
Yeah.
Take you to work. We'll go home and get some hours. Call me when we get off, and I'll come pick you up."
Yeah. Since you've been out of prison, where else have you been living?
Right there, I haven't been living nowhere else.
So when you got released from prison, where was your last stay in prison?
I was at Central Florida Reception Center, East Unit.
So when you got out of there, you went straight to live with your mom and Davey?
Sure
You
did.
didn't live anywhere else?
No, sir.
All right.
Can't live nowhere else. I was on a curfew at the time.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Can't live nowhere else.
Eric, just to clarify, her clothes and all.
You're not going to get it. Everything went to a dumpster.
No, I don't. Hold on.
Everything. I mean, you can ask the question 3 more times and tell you the same answer. Everything went to a dumpster.
I appreciate that.
It wasn't even a fact of, evidence or
Would
whatever.
you mind showing these guys where you dumped it?
Yeah, when we go, if you're going to take me home, I'll show you.
Yeah, we're going to. If you had anything you could say about this whole situation, what would you want to say?
I'm very sorry. I mean, in a sense, I'm very apologetic on the outcome, how it came.
Yeah.
I feel like really both sides, but I was a junkie one time. I know when you get your fix sometimes. I've never had a violent act. The only time I ever did a violent act is when I drank whiskey. The way the situation went down, yes, it was uncalled for. I think, like I said, it could have been handled a different way. Maybe if I had a different thinking pattern after not doing so many years in the joint on a fight or flight, In the same token, my condolences would be to the family, but I don't think I have the guts to say it to their face because I couldn't deal with turmoil or the aftermath of that.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, pretty girl, you had to have it. I can't fault you for that. But what the habit made the outcome of everything become.
All right. You feel any better?
Not really, no.
No?
No.
What's bothering you?
Because it's always been in my mind, like I just asked you earlier. I feel like, just like you said, I should have checked if she was breathing.
So that's bothering
I'm
you?
saying, if I put her in the water and she was still breathing, I don't know if you ever drowned. I drowned.
I never have.
Even though I'm big, I see myself going to the bottom.
Yeah.
And there was nobody. I thought there was nobody around, but somebody saved my life.
Okay.
But when you breathe in water, it's talk to a drowner.
We'll get the results of that, and I mean it with everything I have. I don't have that answer right now.
Okay, I understand the test's still going on.
So
that's the only thing I want to know. I hope she was dead before I put her in the water.
as far as tonight, you haven't taken any drugs tonight?
No, sir.
Have you drank at all tonight prior to coming here? Have we mistreated you at all?
No, sir.
We've been decent to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Till the final stretch, Eric reached for one last desperate twist, claiming Erica had simply drowned. But by then, the detective had already gathered overwhelming evidence, confident that the truth would expose the deceit without needing loud declarations. And indeed, the facts spoke louder than any falsehood. Eric's fate was sealed, his place behind bars inevitable. Yet none of it changes the tragic truth. Erica, a single mother trying to make her way through life, is gone forever, leaving her loved ones with questions that will never be answered. In late October 2021 in Broward County, Florida, Eric Pearson pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in the death of Erica Verdacia. Just a day after she vanished, he stabbed her 4 times with a screwdriver, twice in the neck and twice in the eyes. He claimed self-defense, but forensic evidence tied her blood to his truck. Surveillance contradicted his timeline, and his girlfriend recalled his disturbing remarks near the canal. Despite a 1993 murder conviction, Pearson had been released after serving only 27 years under Florida's gain time law, which shortens prison terms for good behavior, a loophole that may have cost Erica her life.